was 23 and she was on her family vacation.
The water was crystal clear.
Life is good, everything's great. Thought I'd see her tomorrow and went to bed.
I saw Amy on the balcony.
Amy Bradley is Missing is a story that has captivated and haunted the public imagination for decades, centering on the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley, a 23-year-old woman from Spartanburg, South Carolina, who vanished under mysterious circumstances while on a cruise vacation in 1998. Amy had been traveling with her family on the Royal Caribbean cruise ship Rhapsody of the Seas, looking forward to a week of relaxation and fun in the Caribbean. She was last seen on the night of March 24, 1998, near the ship's pool area. What began as a normal vacation quickly turned into a perplexing mystery that has never been resolved. Amy's disappearance was reported to authorities almost immediately by her family, but despite extensive investigations, no definitive trace of her has ever been found. The case attracted significant media attention because of the unusual circumstances of her disappearance and the international implications, given that the ship traveled through multiple countries and ports. Amy's family, especially her parents, have dedicated decades to searching for answers, tirelessly appealing to law enforcement agencies, private investigators, and the public for any credible information that might lead to her whereabouts. Amy was described as intelligent, independent, and full of life, a young woman just beginning to enjoy her adult years. She had recently graduated from college and had begun working in marketing, demonstrating ambition and a zest for life. Her disappearance shocked both her hometown community and the broader public because she had seemed completely secure and prepared for her trip. Witnesses on the cruise reported seeing Amy in the early evening hours, but later that night, she was nowhere to be found. Security footage reportedly captured her walking around the ship alone, but after that, the trail went cold. Investigators considered a wide range of possibilities, including accidental falls overboard, voluntary disappearance, and foul play. Over time, suspicion grew that Amy may have been abducted, potentially involving human trafficking, although no concrete evidence ever substantiated this theory. Rumors circulated of sightings in different countries, but none were verified, leading to an air of mystery that only deepened as years passed. The Royal Caribbean Cruise Line faced scrutiny over the handling of the situation. Some critics argued that the ship's security protocols were inadequate and that the crew did not respond swiftly enough once Amy was reported missing. Changes in maritime safety and security procedures have since been influenced, in part by cases like Amy's, highlighting the need for improved surveillance, tracking, and emergency response measures on cruise ships. The case has been cited in discussions about passenger safety and the challenges of investigating crimes in international waters, where jurisdictional issues can complicate matters. Investigators struggled with the limited availability of resources at sea and the difficulty of coordinating among multiple law enforcement agencies across countries. The mystery has remained unresolved despite numerous interviews, tips, and reported sightings, leaving Amy's disappearance an enduring enigma in true crime history. Amy's family has never given up hope. Over the years, they have followed up on every lead, no matter how small. Reports of possible sightings in South America, the Caribbean, and even as far as Europe have been investigated, yet none yielded conclusive evidence. Private investigators hired by the family have used modern technology, including DNA analysis and digital records, to try to uncover new leads, but progress has been frustratingly slow. Social media has allowed renewed attention to the case in recent years, with true crime communities and amateur sleuths analyzing details, revisiting old reports, and advocating for further investigation. The persistent public interest reflects both the tragic human element of Amy's story and the broader societal concern about passenger safety, disappearances, and the effectiveness of international law enforcement coordination. In addition to the investigations, Amy Bradley's disappearance has been the subject of books, documentaries, and numerous media features, each attempting to piece together what might have happened on that fateful night. These narratives explore the timeline, witness accounts, and the psychological impact on her family. They examine the emotional toll of long-term uncertainty, highlighting how families cope with unresolved loss and the constant hope that their loved one might still be found. Through these portrayals, Amy's story has remained in the public eye, serving as both a cautionary tale and a source of empathy for victims of mysterious disappearances. Experts in maritime law and criminal investigation have commented on the challenges inherent in cases like Amy's, emphasizing how the combination of open waters, international travel, and the lack of concrete evidence creates a nearly impossible environment for solving such crimes. Even decades later, the mystery of Amy Bradley's disappearance remains alive in the collective memory. Each year brings renewed attempts to generate tips and gather information, yet the lack of closure continues to weigh heavily on those who knew and loved her. Her case serves as a reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by travelers, the complexities of international investigations, and the resilience of families determined to find the truth. The story also sparks conversations about the potential dangers of human trafficking and the need for heightened awareness of passenger safety on cruise ships and other remote or semi-isolated travel environments. While answers remain elusive, Amy Bradley's story endures, compelling law enforcement, journalists, and the public to never forget her and continue the search for the truth. The enduring fascination with Amy's disappearance has inspired amateur investigators to scrutinize cruise ship practices, interview former crew members, and analyze geographic and maritime data in hopes of uncovering clues overlooked in the initial investigation. Podcasts, online forums, and dedicated social media pages have contributed to keeping her story alive, allowing for collaboration across borders and the sharing of insights that might one day yield a breakthrough. Experts in criminal psychology speculate on possible scenarios ranging from opportunistic abduction to intentional evasion of authorities. Yet, the absence of concrete evidence makes it difficult to draw definitive conclusions. Every lead, rumor, and tip is examined meticulously by her family and investigators, reflecting a relentless pursuit of justice and answers. Amy Bradley is Missing is more than a story of an unsolved disappearance. It is a reflection of human persistence, the complexities of international law enforcement, and the emotional toll of unresolved mysteries. The case highlights the challenges of investigating incidents at sea, where evidence is scarce and jurisdictional boundaries complicate the process. It also underscores the importance of vigilance and security in travel settings, particularly on ships where passengers can be isolated from immediate help. Amy's disappearance continues to resonate as a poignant example of a young life abruptly interrupted and the enduring quest for answers by those who refuse to give up. Despite the lack of resolution, Amy Bradley's story continues to inspire awareness campaigns, discussions about maritime safety, and renewed investigative efforts. The collective attention from true crime enthusiasts, researchers, and concerned citizens ensures that her story remains in the public consciousness, emphasizing that unsolved cases demand ongoing scrutiny. The search for Amy represents both a deeply personal journey for her family and a broader societal effort to prevent similar tragedies. In every analysis, investigation, and public discussion, Amy's name is a reminder that even in the vastness of the ocean and the anonymity of international travel, human lives matter and disappearances cannot be ignored. Her disappearance has also highlighted the emotional and psychological challenges faced by families of missing persons, who must navigate grief, uncertainty, and hope over decades. Support groups and advocacy organizations often reference Amy's case to illustrate the importance of sustained attention, international cooperation, and the ethical responsibility to pursue every lead. The mystery continues to fuel discussions about improvements in maritime surveillance, emergency protocols, and the integration of technology to prevent or quickly respond to similar incidents. Even as years pass, her story remains a benchmark case in the study of disappearances at sea, inspiring both public awareness and professional investigative methods aimed at bringing closure to families and accountability to organizations responsible for passenger safety. Amy Bradley is Missing endures as a chilling and compelling unsolved case that has captivated generations. Her story remains a vivid reminder of the unpredictability of life, the importance of vigilance in travel, and the relentless determination of a family that refuses to accept that their daughter has vanished without a trace. It emphasizes the human desire for justice, the challenges of complex investigations, and the enduring hope that one day, the truth will emerge. Even after more than 2 decades, Amy Bradley's story continues to evoke empathy, intrigue, and a sense of urgency to protect and safeguard travelers, keeping her memory alive and her case at the forefront of public consciousness.